And we are live on YouTube. Good afternoon, everybody. I see we've got 7 guys there. We've got a couple of guys, almost same number here in Discord. Welcome, Vim, Roger, Rab, and Mick trying on Discord. And Steve there. Yes, sir. Happy New Year. I hope it's a good one for you too. And thank you for joining me. We're going to make the best of this afternoon, South African time now. It's almost 5 p.m. And I thought it's time to go fly a bit, especially now that we've got version 9 live. So it will be nice to see how it performs. But I am just going to save this Avi tab picture quickly. And get rid of that one, and then I'll start showing you the planning and the stuff. There we go. So I've transitioned all the screens. All right. Maybe let's start with SDK. Naviggraph first. That's maybe a better idea. So this is the plan. We are located at Palm Springs. We're going to take 13 right, and then we're going to follow this standard instrument departure, join up with our VOR over there, get onto the flight route. And over there, we're going to leave it. We're going to go onto the star, and we're going to do an ILS on the runway 30 at Oakland. It's easy as. All right, I'm going to quickly update my planned flight route here in Discord for the guys as well. Not sure if anybody else is flying with, but you know, if you guys want to replicate it, that's the plan. Let's quickly do this. I'm going to edit it inside of this YouTube video description as well. Save. Right, so if you press F5, go look at the video description below the video. You'll get the new route with the hidden star and runways and everything in there. So, thank you for the one like that's just come through, and I appreciate that. Right, so this is our route. I'm going to close that one. I've pasted it down here already. So we're going to take runway 30 there, and we're going to take 13 right over there. And let's check our time there. 15:30 is fine. Let's add a few minutes for reserves, and let SimRief decide our altitude for us. Right, KSFO will be the alternate. Hello, Kev. Yeah, Kev, on that note, I want to tell you something else. Me and the gang here yesterday actually took some time, and we actually got Skymatix VA liveries sorted on VATSIM as well. So we don't usually fly VATSIM, but I think I've promised at least 10 times already we'll do a group flight and thing on VATSIM at some time. So yes, if you can do IVAO or otherwise prompt me, you know, Nico, you promised, come, we want to do a VATSIM flight, and if we can muster up a couple of guys, we can, you know, look at maybe once a month or something like that, just do a VATSIM flight, just to include more people, because even though you still have the desire to want to fly with and such, you know, a lot of guys just don't. A lot of guys, you know, are hell-bent on just sticking to VATSIM. So I think it's a question of us just maybe taking them into consideration sometime as well. We'll see. I don't want to move over at all. What we have with IVAO is special, man. We can't leave them. There's a big story behind the scenes happening between us, and you know, the loyalty is there. We're not going to get you know, go walk about and all those funny things. We'll stick here, but I think it's good to have an alternate every now and then. Yes, you need to get altitude now. If you have the latest altitude, you can use Voice Unicom and all the advanced features that you couldn't use before. They've also got Voice ATIS now, like VATSIM has, and they've got cell call in the Zibo and all kinds of things that you can do with altitude that you just can't do with IVAP. IVAP's history. Hello, Neil. Welcome. Right, so let's file this flight for IVO quickly, just in case somebody wants to fly with. Right, what is our flight level? Got some steps. 280 is the final level. Spawning salmon, you need to try altitude. It's crazy great. I like it. I really, really like it. 280. And it's got a couple of neat features that the other network and their clients don't have, and I can only dream of having. So it's a nice upgrade. Skymatix 1. Here we go. Delete that one. She's done. Yeah, I'm not going to connect on IVO until I have to. Until somebody says to me, Nico, I'm waiting for you. I'll just keep it offline. Right, the one thing I have not set up yet is SDKP. SDKP is really my go-to nowadays. Again, I really love this program, man. Let's see the size. Just the size a little bit. There we go. Before we continue, I just want to make one negative comment. In my life, I have never seen Orbix release such bad scenery as the scenery. During the day, it looks cool and all, but boy, oh boy, I hardly have any good frame rates now. The lighting at night is shocking. I have not even bothered to go and complain on their forum, but this is the most ridiculous, supposedly explained 12 scenery that you can imagine. Ugh. I don't know how they could have released this. I hope they update it. I promise you, this is terrible. If I fly here again, I'll make sure it's only in the daytime. Anyway, enough moaning. Let's continue. Some brief. You have to, Steve, you have to. We'd love to fly with you. What we need to do, Steve, in all honesty, and you as my moderator here and the guys listening here as well, we need to get into a habit of doing more training flights to get more people online flying. Jordan and the guys are sitting there literally just waiting for us in North America. The guys in Scandinavia and the guys in South Africa, the same. We really have to do at least also maybe once a month, a proper online introductory flight thing to just get you guys going again. And then you guys need to realize these people are waiting for you. They are our friends. They're not going to scream at you, bite you, do funny things like we had with some of the other guys. It's an arrangement we have, which is one of the reasons we are loyal. They're loyal to us. We need to be loyal to them too. And it comes without effort. It might sound weird, but it comes without effort. This is where our home is, and you guys must make use of them. make some arrangement with Jordan or Michael or Denton or somebody, and get flying. Spawning salmon, apparently yes. Apparently there are certain things on the timetable. Um, but yeah, this isn't the thing I complain about isn't really explained 12. It's this third party developer of Orbix and Orbix themselves. I don't know who it is. I can't remember. Doesn't help I use names now. But man, it's terrible. They just got to fix it. Just think about what they're doing. It's like, I mean, we don't deserve this. Honestly, we don't deserve such shoddy work. Not when you pay for it, really. Okay, today I'm not going to do that. I'm going to see what the aircraft does if I don't do that balancing act. So let's see. Fuel 6.3.
Ground flight deck hose is connected and starting refueling.
Right. As the sun is rising and as the textures and stuff change to daylight, I can see it with my naked eye how the FPS is increasing. It's amazing. Right. We need to go and do the sim brief thing. Import that XML file quickly. Go rename it. Go. No. Okay, transpose those two letters. There we go.
Ground flight deck fuel is all loaded up and you are good to go.
Thank you, my friend. Much appreciated. Ground services guy. Which one are we using? I don't see a transition for that star. That's interesting. It would have been RGOOD, but I don't recognize any of these other names. Why is it not picking up our Navigraph? I know. It's inside of SDKP, that's why. So the logical transition would be this RGOOD. That's where it is. Yes, Kev, you can. You can. Most definitely, you just need to send me a note, then I'll add it for you. Right, so there is no RGOOD there, so we're going to skip that. Prani. It's there. Okay, so that's fine. So check it out. KPSP. And we have 2991. 0 winds. And at the time of doing the planning, there were 0 winds in Oakland. In Oakland as well. And I tell you, this West Coast was hammered with storms the last couple of days. And apparently there's more coming. So we're lucky not to have winds. I like this departure. It's going to be fun flying that Cook sister over there. Right. Reserves. Hello, Christer. Same to you, sir. Yes, I hope you too, sir. I hope you too, Christer. And I think we said 280. No idea why it's so low, but anyway.
Ready for pre-flight procedure. Trim up.
Thank you, Linda. Right, 130 on the heading. Great. Right, there we go. So I take it nobody's flying with, eh? So I can continue. I can do my thing. It could be an explained 10 years. I disconnected better pushback. I need to go reinstate it. Doors. Control 5 away. Before start procedure.
Before start procedure.
Yes, it is. But you know what's nice about the CSL library? You can use it in VATSIM as well. So if you download your 5 or
Before
whatever
start
gig,
procedure complete.
you can literally link
Ready for before
Xpilot
start
into it,
checklist.
and then you can also get our Skymatix liveries and stuff. It works really nicely. It's very cool. So yeah, do it and get it over with. All right, so we can go and remove our chocks. Oops, somebody stepped on a dog's tail. Right. Here we go. Start number 2 engine.
Starting number 2 engine. (25N2).
Christer, Kev is an old hand. He knows about checklists and getting in the air and all those things. Big thing for him is now switching or adding, whatever you want to call it, from VATSIM to IVAO. That's the big story there.
Starter cutout.
Start number 1 engine.
Starting number 1 engine.
No, you're welcome. You're welcome. I promise you probably have 10 other guys on the stream there. But just for your benefit, I wanted to put you into the picture. It's not a criticism at all, Christer.
25N2.
Oh.
Starter cutout. Engine start procedure complete.
Thank you, Linda. Right, hope you guys are ready to go. Let's go.
Ready for before taxi procedure. Flaps 5 set. Taxi lights on.
Rap. Mac, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
What can I help you with, sir?
Yeah, I was just curious. Rap didn't answer me. He's probably gone to make coffee or something. So I was just wondering if I maybe muted Discord or something.
No, no.
Before takeoff procedure.
Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
For a small little airport, this is one hell of a taxi, eh? Wow.
Everything in America is big.
Excellent, Steve. Excellent. Hello, Uncle John. Right, I'm just gonna continue get into position here.
Stabilized.
Toga.
Takeoff thrust set. Throttle hold.
Nice big displaced threshold there. Can't go wrong there.
Rotate. Positive rate.
Gear up. Monday. Here we go.
Acceleration altitude. Flaps 1 set. Flaps up and set.
So they say this is the cathedral departure. Can you believe it? I don't think I've ever flown it in my entire life. So it's a good opportunity now. You see there's a cook sister, Christer. Nice cook sister turn there.
Are you done now? Are you done now?
Yes.
I'm not done, Uncle John.
Just watch your takeoff.
Huh? What about takeoff?
I just watched it.
Yeah, no. But I thought you were talking to me. Then I heard Renee in the background.
Yes, because they had to pop out and I stayed downstairs until they got back.
Okay.
Right.
Flight level 100. Landing lights switches off.
I just saw there's a new XP12 update, 12.01B1.
Oh, that's interesting. It didn't tell me when I just fired up. Sorry, Uncle John. I know it's warm here. Listen, there's a new X-Plane update just released. New X-Plane update.
Yes, I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Right, closing down, going to look now.
Okay. Report back when you have it, guys. Yes. a pity they didn't release it before I started my X-Plane. I mean, it's obviously very fresh.
It hasn't triggered for me.
Okay, apparently Krister says it's a beta max, so unless you have the beta checkbox ticked, you won't get the
Okay.
notification.
Okay.
But thank you, Krister.
Testing.
Right now, I must be honest with you, I'm kind of allergic to betas. If it really is, I'd rather not. Alec, well, welcome. You always welcome. Thanks for joining us.
Okay, we'll close it and do it the other way.
Switch the fan on if you want. Switch the fan on if you. Yeah. Uncle John's not used to this African heat. Today we were cooking, it was over 30. Over 30 degrees Celsius, yeah. There you go. That's it. Yeah, Scotsman, first time ever I'm doing it that I can recall, and I loved it. I had the option, obviously because there's no winds, I could have done a straight out on runway 30 left. And when I saw that departure, I said, no, I'm taking that one. And I quickly reconfigured and you saw it. Thanks so much, Alec. Yes, well, welcome to our family, man. The link to Discord is in the notes below the video, so you're welcome to pop in and say hi and all the rest.
Transition altitude.
New update is 2.4 gigabytes.
Okay, 2.4 gig for the update, Uncle John. Yeah, I was just thinking myself, as long as it myself, if it's not, as long as it's not just ATC again.
Well, we'll find out in a minute or two.
Yeah, there are some controller updates. Yes.
Okay, well, I thought so. Yes, Neil, apparently a beta.
There's no release notes for it yet.
Yeah, I think it's smart to just wait and see what they worked with, tinkered with, you know, and then we can decide if it's worth our while to take it.
I'll take it anyway.
I
Just
saw
to
some-
find out.
I saw some cloud rendering files, so could be an improvement.
Okay, oh, that's good. Yeah. That came out now as I was taking off. Amit, no, and Zibo's actually switched it off now because of the people not listening when we ask them so nicely to switch it off. They don't do it, and then they complain it's not working. So Zibo's now switched it off. In version 2.9, this flight autosave is gone. Until Laminar fixes that bug, it will be off. Yeah, no, it was driving me insane in the support department. I mean, we've been preaching the same message for 2 or 3 months already. And every second guy either says they never heard it, or, oh no, I forgot, or they forgot to save the setting after they changed the setting, and then they blame the system again. Oh no, it's getting too much. Yeah, I told you, Zibo's a clever guy. Yeah, we do. You know what the thing is that gets me the most? Is when people don't tell you, when they ask support, they don't tell you they're on a Mac. Yeah. You do your best to try and fix them up, and you ask them to do this, do that, and then they come back like 20 comments later. Does it make a difference if I'm on a Mac? Yes, we got lots and lots of feedback. Yeah, I don't know. Zibo didn't specifically mention anything in the release notes here to me, but yeah, but not in 2.9. We're in 2.9 now. So he's probably, look, he obviously keeps his eye on the forum, so he would have seen all the feedback. I tagged him in quite a few feedbacks as well. So part of the bugs that he fixed is obviously in there. Excellent, Alec, excellent. I'm going to quickly go online, I'll show you. Right, so answering Steve's question is kind of easy. I'll show you how it works. So we're going to display capture here quickly. Right. So what happens is in automatic Unicom, you've got two ways of doing it on Iveo. Right, you can do it with text, with automatic Unicom, and then you just start filling in the blanks. So you're going to say you're at gate, I was at gate 10. You're going to use taxiway, I don't know what it was, let's call it Alpha. We're going to hold short at Bravo. We took 13 right. The instrument departure that we took was that one. And then that's about it. That's what I fill in here, right? So what happens now is as you continue, there's your send button at the top. So you send that. It will take you to the taxi, you click send, it will take you to lineup, send, and it automatically creates the dialogue for you, right? I don't fill in anything in en route. It's not necessary to do that. And then at the arrival, we go top of descent, we are inbound from, this time we're coming in from the south. Standard instrument arrival, let's quickly have a go. It should be that one, and the approach will be an ILS, and we're taking runway 30, and now the same happens. You see, it's built your little message for you. Right, so once you are ready at top of descent, you can click send, and then what happens is it will display everything in there for you. This is where you read the other pilots as well as your own messages, as well as ATC messages. So this is the only option for text that I would use. I hate typing, but if you want to type and add something, you can obviously type in there, but you know, just build your stuff from here. The little bit I showed you is good enough, right? The other option is once you are on Unicom 122.8, I can actually broadcast there. See, my TX button actually goes on. When I press my push to talk, you can broadcast your intentions like a real pilot on Unicom 122.8, and anybody in that vicinity is going to hear the broadcast and they can talk back to you. Okay, so this is not for chit chat and having a discussion. This is literally for your broadcasting your intentions. So that is how it works. It's ATC data, voices, and cloud textures. That's the major update. So we need it for cloud textures at least. I don't use the ATC. I don't care for that, but we'll load it at the end. Let's see what it looks like, if we can spot the difference. Right. Just as a matter of interest, Steve, I don't know if you are aware of WebEye, but there's WebEye. That's me flying over there, and you can then track yourself just by clicking on yourself. And this is where we see when we do the group flights, where everybody is in relation to each other, etc., etc. Yes, you do that when there are no controllers available. If there is nobody in your vicinity, okay, it's pointless doing that, okay, unless you just want to keep up the habit, okay? But just think for yourself, it's common good manners, you know, not to interfere with someone else's, you know, operations. So if there's anybody in the vicinity close by, it's obviously advisable. It's just good manners. Tell the guy what your intentions are. And the strange thing is, you'll see that 1 out of 3 guys is not going to give a damn about your good manners in any way. He's not going to talk to you no matter what you do, because that, you know, his parents just didn't raise him good enough. It just happens. It's one of those sad situations. But, you know, it's always, from my standpoint and any normal person, you know, tell the other guys what your intentions are. I mean, I don't know if you guys are aware of it. There was a helicopter crash in Australia earlier today with 4 people dead and another 9 people fighting for their lives. And I'm speculating now. I do acknowledge that, but I think it's because they didn't do the proper call-outs. You know, there was no radio communication, and the 2 helicopters just flew into each other. So, and that's typically a dangerous thing in the real world. In virtual aviation, all it's going to do is the guy's going to swear at you, you're going to swear at him, you're probably going to rage quit, run away, break, you know, something. Just don't put your fist through the screen, please. That's a big cost. But, you know, it happens. It happens. So, broadcast when you can. Go for it, spawning salmon. Oh, yes. Steve, thank you. Paul, thank you so much. Let me show the guys. So in order for the joystick button to work, right, you can map a keyboard button in your altitude. It works fine. It doesn't matter. But in order for your joystick to work, you need to set up a push to talk key. Now I'm using my right control key. So you first of all, you bind the right control key in your IVO settings. You see they set push to talk key. You press that, then you press I use right control key, so it sets it. Then what I do is enjoy to key. This is a free application that you can download to do this. This will interface. So whether I press on the keyboard, it's going to talk directly to altitude, or if I press my button here on the joystick, you see it lights up, you know, and then you've got push to talk on your joystick. So you need this. The person who is responsible for making the altitude, or at least one of the members there responsible for it. He said they are working on it. Someday down the line, they will have the integration of, you know, pressing a button to do that, but it's not there right now. Well, that's cool, Steve. That the confidence we can give you, you must just come. And guys, one big thing, one really big thing I want to remind you of is this. Okay, let me just get that on the screen as well. And this goes for VATSIM, and it goes for IVEO, and it probably goes for POSCON as well. Okay, but the two big ones. Oh yes, Paul, we'll talk about that now. The two big ones that we support, IVEO and VATSIM, obviously, if you... What's this thing doing? Why is it not loading? There. If you're going to fly online and if you are new, here in the remark section at the bottom, just put RMK/new pilot. Ooh. Pilot. Or newbie. Have mercy. I don't know. Put a little note in there, right? So the moment they read your tag on the scope, they're going to see that they have to be lenient. Okay? And as long as you fly in North America under Jordan and his people, in South Africa and in Scandinavia with Michael and his people, you'll be okay, because they all recognize the TIX call sign, especially when you fly TIX call sign, the Skymatix VA, because that's the agreement we have with them. Those guys will go out of their way to make you feel comfortable and happy to help you. So just always remember that as well. Right, okay, in terms of Paul, there is a push to mute button that you need to set up in Discord, because when we're sitting there and we're 10 and 20 and 30 guys in one room and the guys talk over each other, it becomes very uncomfortable. So the best thing to do is to set up the push to mute, because once you, and it's got to be the same key as your push to talk. So push to talk goes to IVEO, but push to mute, same key goes to Discord. And the moment you press your button, they will not hear you talk, because they can obviously not hear your ATC anyway. So you have to remember to set up push to mute, please, guys. It's just good manners. There's no point in everybody talking over each other and creating a problem. Yeah, there you go, Kev. You can put something. It's just got to be common sense, man. It's you don't have to write the thesis and use big words. You know, some of these ATC guys are young anyway. They don't know half of the English language the way some of us do. You know, so make it easy on them. Ahmed, maybe in the future, maybe. But first things first. We need to get this thing going proper first. There you go, new to IVEO. Whatever floats your boat, guys. Whatever makes you feel comfortable. As long as you get the message to those guys that they need to have mercy on you, that they shouldn't treat you like garbage because you irritate them, you know, whatever. Yeah, you're learning. Yeah, put there, still learning, whatever, you know. The only thing that you also need to be cognizant of is don't go and be an asshole to them. You know, if you don't know what you're doing, stay away. Rather come for training first. But don't go make a problem just because you've got a little saying written there, eh? Yeah, that also doesn't work.
A typical trying comment. Erwin, it's not advisable to put that comment if you're signing into a to VATSIM.
Yeah, well, we're not going to tell them we need to IVEO and then fly on VATSIM, eh? Common sense too, common sense.
It's just me.
Neil, that's not good. Neil's complaining about the cloud shapes in the new version already.
I've already decided that I will put a new version of Explain 12 in and keep current beta 6. It's now being called R 12.1.
Mm-hmm. Yes. From these guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good one, Spawning Salmon. Try not to forget it.
A good day to you too, Paul. That is possible, Ahmed.
Zibo and I have spoken about it. Okay, we've also spoken about other nice to haves with some brief and so on. Okay, but Zibo's never come back to me and said he's finalized his plan. He's never come back about that. So one of the things I did try and organize with SimBrief is to have a dedicated Zibo WX file for the weather so that we don't have to go and rename the file name. I did get hold of somebody at SimBrief. He agreed he will do it for us. Zibo needs to send him an email. Zibo, if you're listening, I bet you forgot because you were so busy. Then I remind you again, I must actually send you a message as well to remind you, you need to send that thing so SimBrief can give us a Zibo WX.xml file. So you can then, import the weather and that uplink to the weather easy. And no more name and file changes. So yes, we've discussed things like this, but it was towards the end of last year and Zibo got really busy at work, and I think it's just put on the back burner for now.
It's a long workaround system, but if you downloaded the SimBrief OFP as a PDF, saved it, you could then add it to the...
You can add it. Yes, you can add it yourself.
Yeah. It's not an automatic thing.
No, it's fine, Owen. I did mention the Phoenix, but in terms of other aircraft, like for instance the Inibuilds A300 or A310, they do the import already in Explain. And he said to me, it's not rocket science, it's easy. But for him, it's more a question of time than anything else. Flying Scotsman, you need to load Antonio's plug-in and then it will work. Look. D-Link AOC requests, weather request, KSF. You'll see, it will work. It's in the EFB as well. It's in Avitab as well now. There you go. It's working, but you need Antonio's plugin to get it to work. If you now go to your EFB, you look, there's your weather as well. See? Yeah, I don't know what the plan is with that. I don't know. We're 163 nauticals from top of descent, sir. Morning, Salmon. You need to ask Antonio for advice because I've tried to help a few people. The gist of it is you need to make coffee or get a beer or something and relax. Then you need to start reading, and you really need to read, and you really need to concentrate. If you do not install all three the requirements, it's not going to work. And if you install one of the requirements incorrectly, it's not going to work. So there is a little bit of work that needs to be done. So you're gonna have to take a good day when you're feeling up to it, and then go for it, or come ask him. DID3D WC. What does WC stand for? Willa Claudia? Or is that for the toilet? No, just WC. Yes, that's exactly what McTrying was saying, SK-san. You can obviously get the little PDF and then import it. I mean, I can show you. I can show you how it works. Let's see, I hope we've got some time. Explain. Wow. Resources. Plugins, right. So there's explain 12 resources plugins. Then you have the Avi tab, right? In Avi tab, you're going to look for charts. There's charts, right? So there's my Zibo checklist. We don't need that one. And then all I do is I copy my PDF from SimBrief. There you go. There's the flight we are doing now. And I go to charts. Just go up one directory, come back. There we go. There's your OFP, and you can zoom in, zoom out. You can flip between the pages. That's already, it's all built in already. It's a question of you must just go do your work, go do your homework. That's page 2. That's the routing ATC clearances. Alright, so then we're on page 3. See, there's your loads, all the loads that you have. So it's got everything you need. You must just know where to put it and where to get it. Yes, I use the SimBrief downloader. You can, obviously, that's a good plan. You can pre-program it. So instead of putting it in your My Documents folder, I've got a special documents folder for it. But instead of using that, you can make the downloader drop it in there automatically. You know, the only problem I see with doing that is you're going to have to go back and clean out that folder every now and then. Otherwise, you're going to end up with 1,000 documents in there. And searching through them is going to take longer than necessary.
I think the one beauty about having the OFP in the Avitab Lego is when you want to program your FMC for those people who've only got one screen, then they can present the OFP beside the FMC and work on both together.
You can, or you can also do this, right? So we're going to kill this one. We're going to go to charts, right? So, for instance, if you want to do your payload, right? There it is. There's the Avitab as the plugin. You can actually click those buttons, take it out of screen, put it on the second screen. Now you can see, now you can see it all
and
together.
Work on the FMC at the same time.
Yeah, you can do that too. So there's your FMC, there's the tablet, there's the Avitab. There's a different, many different ways to skin the cat, eh?
Yeah.
Right, next person, Vin Limited. What do I prefer, Iveo or VATSIM? So I prefer Iveo because of all the agreements that we have. We've got a long-standing relationship with Iveo. Right, if I go to VATSIM right now, I'm nothing, I'm nobody. The last time I was there, I was thrown with rotten tomatoes, virtual tomatoes, fortunately, you know, and some rotten eggs, virtual as well, fortunately. but it was not a good experience. So we all. I keep my VATSIM account going. We were flying in it yesterday. We did our first flight for the year yesterday, and we flew in South Africa, and the airspace was quiet, and we were a couple of guys flying together. So I've got nothing against VATSIM, but because of this long-standing relationship with Skymatix and Zibo and Iveo, that's just where our loyalty lies. My suggestion to anybody is to go and get both. Get both. And then see which ones you like and which ones you do not like. Wait, I need to fix this thing. Ah, it's killing me. This silly little thing is so loud. Why do we want to contact LA Approach? He sent me a note to contact him. Why? I'm not supposed to contact him. I'm not going to LA.
Nico, I have a question about the ILS.
Okay, give me a second. Let me just see what this guy is saying. Let me just try to get him on the line here. LAX Approach, Skymatix 001. Not going to LAX. You know what? I'm just going to disconnect. Let's not worry about him. Go for the question.
Yeah, when you receive an ILS signal, it seems that there will be a beep or something like that in your receiver. Is that correct?
It was that way, but apparently it's not working currently in X-Plane. If you look at my stream, I've enabled nav1, nav2 and the marker, right? So let's listen together and see if it's come back now, because I've tried it 2 times before already on request, and I can't hear those Morse code coming through at all.
Okay.
Yeah, Christer, coming back to you in this WC water closet. Carry On Cleo, I think, was the movie many years ago. You remember the Carry On series? There was a slave market, and the lady that bought the 2 English gentlemen was called Willa Claudia, and the guys protested they didn't want the WC on their arms, you know, tattooed to state that they were owned by this woman. So that's where the joke in my mind comes from. Amit, I grew up with FS2 crew and the PMDG for many years. I have just decided not to buy the current one yet. I'll think about it maybe some other time, but I don't know anything about the latest one. Right, I always do that summary to PDF into Avitab. Yes, you see, Scotsman, there you go. There's one example. Aero guitarist Alan, good day, sir, and Happy New Year to you. Nice to see you on the stream. Welcome, welcome. Now I need to fly properly again with a real pilot on board. HD Simulation, yeah, Happy New Year to you too. Thanks, man. Thanks for joining us. By the way, I didn't tell you yet, HD Simulation, remember we watched him land there on YouTube, that one video, and I said to you, that's HD Simulation, and we said he did a good landing. I made a comment there that you and I watched it, and he enjoyed it, and you know, he said thank you for watching, so now I'm saying thank you to you too, and he's giving you a thumbs up, HD Simulation. Yeah, Steve, don't let it get to you. Just don't let it get to you, man. Spawning Salmon, do that CSL and get it over with, and then you can also map that CSL into your X-Pilot, so you can use it on both Iveo or on VATSIM at the same type, you know, for the same reason. Sorry, better English. So do it, man, do it. Ah, yeah, okay. All right, you're watching, but without the clipboard, Aero guitarist. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. Uncle John has also not got the clipboard in his hand, so I'm really grateful for that. There you go. Well, there is top of these incoming, so we might as well start prepping. We were talking about it earlier, HD. We want to also restart all our training with Iveo, and I mean Jordan and the guys here are waiting for some traffic, so we might as well generate some traffic for them that way. We'll do more. We'll do more.
So did you disconnect from Iveo?
I did, because I called the guy and he wasn't responsive. There was a bit of noise there at one point in time in my ears. I couldn't re-establish. And while we're talking, and I mean, it gets a little bit too much, in all honesty, because I can't concentrate on 5 things in reality at the same time. Eh? Two and 159. It's the decision altitude 159. There we go. Right, so break 3. Cabin is still open, so that's fine. All good. Okay. Rab, are you back?
I'm here.
Right. Remember I told you that I have the strangest textures in FS 2020 when I fly with this new machine and this AMD card. Did I ever tell you? I think I did.
No, you never. No, you never told me.
Really? Okay, then I need to show you. Show everybody. It was interesting because I figured out what it was. So maybe it helps someone else as well. You just go find it. Right. Check the screen. It should come up. You're watching YouTube.
I will be. Wait a minute.
Okay. Oh, it's horrible, man. Tell me when you're there, then I'll put it back on the screen.
Right.
Okay, it's going to take about 8 seconds. I'm going to quickly just flip through it, and I'll tell you what the problem was and how I got rid of it. You'll see in some of the screenshots, it's only a portion of the screen, and also it only happens when I'm in the cockpit and I look outside. When I'm outside of the cockpit, there's no such thing. It's because I'm looking through the cockpit window, always. All right, the last picture, you can see it's solved. It's gone. I'll tell you what I did. Tell me when you see the last picture when I'm under the clouds again.
I've seen it.
Right, okay. So it's DirectX 12. When I go to DirectX 11, I don't have it. When I go back to DirectX 12, it's like the fog. Whatever texture they use for the fog, or however they create the fog in 2020, it kills me.
That's weird because I've never had that.
Yeah, weird. Yeah, it's
And
little
I've been
Venetian
using
blinds.
12 for months now.
Yeah, I don't know. And it happens in every aircraft. Payware, freeware, doesn't matter. I've gone through all the settings. I've gone to ultra, I've gone to high, I've gone to low end, I've gone to custom. I have done everything. The moment I switch DirectX 12 off, no problem. Switch it back on, lines.
That's strange.
Hmm. Have fun, Vim. Thanks for stopping by. HD simulation. Let me just get in the dev room quickly. Hold on. I can't remember. Improve the autopilot, temporarily disable the autosave, and fix bugs. That's all he gave me. A320X or A32X, sorry. Good day and welcome, Mr. Aviator. Are you using Command A or Command B? That's my first question, because Command B, as far as I know, is still a bit wonky. Command A should work. Yeah, try Command A. We are aware of issues with Command B, huh? Yeah, sorry about it, but Sasso already told us a month or so ago, and Zibo hasn't had time to fix it yet. Right, and then if you still have problems, please put it on the forum, eh? Put it on the Zibo forum where Zibo can actually see it. Then I don't have to play the post office to get the message to him. That will help us all greatly. Yeah.
Ready for descent procedure.
Yeah, no problem. Aviator, appreciate it. You have a good year too, man. No, we usually land at San Francisco. I just thought today might be a nice change to just land at Oakland, you know, just across the bay. Hmm? Aviator, the only logical explanation is that you have the wrong order in your scenery pack I and I. The only thing I can think of. Also, the Explain 11 airports don't really work that well in Explain 12. That's why I don't even try it. I only use Explain 12 airports because there's got to be an exclude, you know, that basically blanks out the global airport, you know, that you don't see it, that you don't see doubles. So, I don't know. I'll have to play around with it. I use X Organizer, by the way, and I can tell you one thing. I haven't seen it yet, okay? And it could be that I don't mix and match the Explain 11 stuff, or it could just be that the scenery layers are just so much better if you use X Organizer. Could be. Yeah, that's strange. Maybe someone else here knows? It should if I started the ACARs, but I didn't start the ACARs, Kev, so you won't see me fly on the map right now. I forgot to start my ACARs, Uncle John. I do apologize. Yeah. Christer, just to read up 1 or 2 up, you'll see the question is from A32X Aviator. He's saying that he's seeing 2 airports in Explain 12, the Payware as well as the global airport, I presume. So, you know, then Kev said he's got the same. I'm just now curious, Aviator, where did you get Barcelona payware for X-Plane 12? Because I've never seen anybody in 12 that's got it. That's probably an X-Plane 11 thing that you brought over. Okay, Kev.
Approach top of descent.
Oh. Oh. That's interesting. Kev and Aviator, Christer is our resident scenery expert. So anything you need to ask him, maybe come to Discord and have a chat with him. You know, doesn't have to be voice, just do it in text, whatever you prefer. But he's the resident expert. $2,000. There we go. No, I'm fine. Oh, thank you. Well, Helen, you should have seen her the other night. She got into a loop. And before I knew it, my APU was started and the APU was on the bus and the engine generators were disconnected. So, you know what? I prefer her board like this, sitting quietly one side, than her fiddling and switching things on and off that she shouldn't, eh? We almost had words that evening. No, this was in the descent, man. That was the worst of it all. It was like in the descent, and now she's busy playing silly nonsense. I
Approaching
need to switch off the fan. It's pulling too much power. Alright, that beeping has stopped. I would hate to lose the stream because of a power issue now, man.
Transition level. Ready for approach checklist. Flight level 100, landing lights switches on.
Right, let's secure that cabin and get everybody settled so we can land. Good tips over there, Krister. Uncle John. These granite clouds are coming a bit close to the aircraft.
Yes.
Yeah, you've got to be careful of them. If you fly into those clouds, you die. Ak,
Yes.
how's that new version looking?
Sorry?
How's the new X-Plane looking? Are you looking at it?
I'm waiting for it to load now.
Oh, good.
It's X-Plane X is updated. Most of it is air traffic. But one significant point I noticed was the Fmod file for the Lambda 737 was updated.
Okay, okay. Cumulogranite, that's a good one, Alan. Yes, there is a new beta available that was released as I was taking off earlier in this flight. So that's what Mac's looking at now. Neil, are you still here? Have you looked further at the clouds? Because Neil came up and he said, oh, the first thing he noticed was the clouds don't look good. Cost you 5 FPS. Ach, no, man. Hi.
Initial comments on the forum.
Localizer capture. Flaps 5 set.
Okay, have you looked further, Neil? Have you looked further at the clouds, or was that just a fluke that it gave you a bad texture in the beginning, or is that kind of the norm? What do you see? I'm just asking for feedback.
Right. Somebody in the forum has posted nightlight still tank FPS.
Glide slope capture. Thousand to level off.
I switched the fan off because it was drawing too much current. The machine downstairs started beep, 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 beeping. Can you feel that a little bit or not?
Radio altimeter.
Okay. No, because it's plugged into the solar. Yeah. Because I didn't want to do a stream and then we lose the power because some idiot switched it off again. Sorry, Krister. Okay, you just had a quick look. No, that's fine, that's fine. No problem.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
There's the runway. Can you see the runway?
Flaps 15 set.
Yeah, of course.
Flaps
Thanks,
30
Steve.
set.
Thanks, Krister.
Ready for
Let's
landing
see.
checklist.
I've not
Taxi
tailwind
light
at this point.
Stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Is that all trees loading in as
Yeah,
you
it
fly?
looks like it. And buildings. Yeah.
500. Clear to land runway 30.
400. 300. 400. Approaching decision height. Minimums 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked.
Yay, Paul. Just made it.
Nicely done. A little bit of a float hold off there.
60 knots.
I was trying to get below the
Yes.
166
Great
mark.
landing.
I was trying,
You
so
are
I did, but
professional.
maybe just a little bit too low.
Very nice.
Thank you, guys. Welcome to Oakland, everybody. Hope you're gonna have fun, yeah? No idea what you're gonna do, but whatever you do, have fun. Oh. After landing procedure.
After landing procedure.
Oh, that's really, really soft. As long as it doesn't go below 100, then I'm happy. Yeah, go enjoy 2.9, guys. It seems to be very nice. Thank you, Zibo. Thank you, Twixter.
After
Oh,
landing
this is a nice edition. Nice one. Yeah, I had to send my chiropractor buddy a message just now. I'm sorry, no customers for you tonight. Sorry, Owen. Yeah, it got a bit much for me. I mean, I was doing more than one thing there at the time, and I had to disconnect there. I literally disconnected to show the guys the workings of it, you know, so. Yeah, some other time, Amit, some other time. We must actually do that quite soon. That'll be nice. Haven't flown there in a while. Ankara, Istanbul.
Hello.
Ah, speaking of the little Turk, here he is. Hello, Hakan.
Are you going to fly next flight?
No, sir. No, sir.
You completed.
Yes.
Then I go.
I'm sorry, Hakan. Next time.
No problem. See you later.
Bye. Yeah, Rob, those are the normal 3D trees from X-Plane. So I don't know why they do those funny things. I removed temporarily those Orbex Global Forest trees because I get better FPS with the built-in 3D trees from Laminar. So, and both of them, both the packages gives you the same funny, weird ghosting or whatever you want to call it with the trees. It's weird, man. Yeah. Yeah, if you have to contend with these idiots on their little scooters, it makes it interesting. I'm just gonna go in here somewhere, find a parking spot and go park. And brake set. Shutdown procedure.
Shutdown procedure.
Here we go, gents and
Ready for
ladies.
shutdown procedure.
It's on there. This one. There you go. Better. Alright, well, that was nice. Excellent job with 2.9. Hope you guys enjoy it. Thank you again, Zibo and Twixter and
Shutdown
so on.
procedure complete.
You guys must have fun. We'll speak to you probably
Ready for
tomorrow
shutdown
sometime again. We'll
checklist.
do another flight. Maybe see if we can do that Istanbul one, maybe for Hakan's sake and for Ahmed's sake. We'll see. Not promising, but we'll try. We'll try. No problem. The max you're gonna have to wait a wee while longer, eh? But you guys have fun. Speak to you tomorrow. Bye bye.